The pandemic has caused a lot of negativity. It's caused a lot of losses. It's caused people to have to shut down their businesses. But I'm one of the fortunate ones, and I'm extremely blessed to say that the pandemic has impacted me in a very positive way. Once things started to shut down and everything started to change, nothing actually really changed in my life. In fact, I could say that for me personally, it got better. My daily routines are pretty much the same. I wake up, I check my phone, drink some water, start cooking a healthy meal for me, and then I get ready to sit down for about an hour, listen to a podcast, watch one of my favorite YouTubers, and mentally prepare myself for the day that I have ahead. This is a routine that I've become accustomed to long before the pandemic hit and long before thousands and hundreds of people were now working from home or were having to learn how to build their own businesses from scratch. I had already done all that before this happened, so this way of life has just become the norm to me, and it was the norm to me before the pandemic hit. After I finish up with breakfast, it's time for me to head into the office, and one of the first things I do every single morning is check my emails, respond to inquiries, and respond to any clients that have left feedback for me. Checking emails is probably one of the most overwhelming things for me to deal with as a designer, but on this day in particular, I didn't have too many, and one of my main goals for the morning was to launch a client's brand and website that we had been working on together for quite some time. Before I made her site public, I checked over it once more, and then we launched. I posted about it on Instagram, tagged her, sent over her social media posts, and here's just a quick look at what her finished brand and website actually looked like. Afterwards, she left me a glowing testimonial that I had to share on my Instagram stories and Facebook, of course. After her launch was done, I started planning out my Instagram feed, and I just use Adobe Illustrator. I don't really plan out my captions in advance or anything. I just roughly get an idea of the photos or images that I'm going to be posting and write my captions the day of. Then it was time to briefly prepare myself for the TikTok intensive client that I had scheduled that day. And TikTok intensives are one of my newest services, and I have been absolutely loving sharing all of my knowledge about TikTok with people. By the time I got through with this, it was time for lunch, and I usually try to eat lunch around 1 p.m. every day. And during lunch, I usually hop on the app Clubhouse. If you aren't familiar with the app Clubhouse, I do have another video about that, but it basically makes it feel like I almost have coworkers in some shape, way, or form, and that's really nice sometimes because working from home all by yourself can get quite lonely. After lunch, I usually prep a midday coffee and then head back into the living room today to finish up my work and just have a little bit of a change of scenery. Since the start of 2020, I have been consistently booked out. I think this is because a lot of people realized how important it was to have a brand and be online, so now everybody has started scrambling to get that together, and I have been so amazed at all the different types of clients I've been able to work with over this past year or so, and I'm typically taking multiple client calls every week, so I am pretty busy most of the time. One of my favorite ways to connect with new clients and share design advice is through my club, Brand Building 101 on Clubhouse. So if you are on there, definitely look up the club and join. I try to host a Clubhouse room a few times a week about different branding topics. And every single day, at the end of my day, I try to pop out my notebook and my planner and write down any new important information or ideas I have for topics and things that I need to get done throughout the rest of the week or the coming days. I hope you've enjoyed this video and a look into my life during the pandemic. Thanks for watching.